Alright, it is finally time for us to take Sunday into the Honkai Star Rail Endgame Gauntlet. We're going to go into the 3 endgame modes and see how he's going to perform on different teams and in different situations. Now, I actually don't have any summon characters on my account right now, so we're not going to see him at his fullest potential for a DPS, but we are going to see some pretty solid numbers overall, and so definitely think of this as like a floor for how good he can be, because if you have him with a summon, they're going to get even more buffs from his skill as well. So let's not waste any more time. I'm going to have his build, or at least the build I'm running, at the end of the video, so definitely do watch until the end for that. But let's get right into the endgame runs here. Alright, for our first fight here, we are fighting against Cocolia in the new Apocalyptic Shadow. I'm running Fei Xiao, Sunday, Aventurine, and Robin. And some people might be wondering, why are you using Fei Xiao with Sunday? Because she's not going to get energy from Sunday's ultimate. Well, Sunday's buffs are just so good that this team could still cook, even though she's not going to get the energy from his ultimate here. And we're going to want to keep Sunday's buffs on Fei Xiao just to show so she can do even more damage. Now, the big hope for this team in this fight is making sure that we don't get frozen in, certain situations here, because we don't want to lose out on a ton of damage. Alright, so we get hit by Japard here. Aventurine is also, funny enough, he is bugged right now, and they finally did acknowledge it in the news this morning. So hopefully they will fix that before 3.0 comes out, so we don't have to have him staying bugged for so long, because there have been moments where it feels like his buffs should be lasting for longer. Or his shields, I mean, should be lasting for longer, but they don't. So it is a bit rough. Okay, no freezes is really good. Okay, that's great. That's great. That's great. That is exactly what we want. All right. I'm going to break the fourth wall for a second. Also, we saw right there, Robin's shield went down. That probably shouldn't have happened. With the, but that's because of the bug right now. But yeah, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Going to break the fourth wall here. I have had multiple attempts at this for the video, and I have been dealing with getting frozen in every single one. So not getting frozen there is huge, because now we can get, we got Fei Xiao's first attack there. Now we're going to skill, bring her back up. We're going to destroy this ice sword, and then we're going to Robin ult, bring everyone up. Because the goal here is to break and defeat Cocolia before we get back up to Japard. If we can do that, that'll be really good. And so we're gonna get our skill and follow-up there. Then when Sunday comes up, we're gonna advance with all those buffs and get another ultimate here, which the ultimate itself is actually no, I did kind of misplay there, because I kind of wanted the ultimate to be the last hit, but that's fine. Now we're going to skill. We're going to get our skill points back, which is always nice. But yeah, enough yapping about the other characters here. Let's talk about Fei Xiao, because she is, she definitely is the big one to talk about here. Or no, he's the big one to talk about. I'm mixing up my words, y'all. I'm mixing up my words. Let's talk about Sunday here. I'm running Sunday, and I'll show the full build at the end, like I said. He's running the Bronya light cone right now, and this is really good for him, not just for the extra energy, but he also gives himself a skill point every other ultimate, which is not as good as his signature, but it still is very solid to have that extra, skill point efficiency. So yeah, so let's bring Fei Xiao back up here. So we're not going to have enough hits we're going to be one attack short for the ultimate, but that ice sword is actually going to give it to us, and that should be able to bring us to phase 2 before we get to. Okay, we actually didn't get it there, but now we're going to get it from here. Not sure why that didn't happen there, but hopefully we have enough damage. Do we have enough damage to kill? That better be enough damage to kill. Okay, good. All right, so we're in phase 2, because if we didn't kill there, we were going to be kind of screwed. Because Japard would have shielded up, and that would have just stalled us out and taken so much more time. All right, so now we have 4 of these swords here. We're going to focus on, well, first we're going to Aventurine ult on Cocolia so that we can do increased crit damage to her. Honestly, this phase for Cocolia, it's not as bad as the first one. I definitely prefer this phase. Like, sure, she has her stronger, like, attacks, but you don't have to deal with Japard being super annoying. So we do love to see that. I'm gonna basic there. We're gonna get hit with all these AoEs for Aventurine so we can get his shields up more and get his follow-up attacks off. Then Fei Xiao right here will just attack this ice sword. Aventurine's follow-up, is that gonna break it? Okay, we didn't break it just yet. So let's ult. And also, I also want to bring up about this Apocalyptic Shadow. I don't know how you all have been doing on it so far, but this Apocalyptic Shadow has actually been pretty hard for me. I'm not gonna, well, actually, I should say pretty hard. Like, I haven't been able to 3-star it right away, which is the first time for Apocalyptic Shadow stage for that to happen to me. And I think the biggest reason is, well, 2 reasons. Firstly, I feel like in terms of like the HP and whatnot, I know HP inflation, it's a whole thing. And I do want to make a video on it at some point before we get to 3.0 in the new meta. But the HP for that second fight against the like Banana Academy, like I forget the name of the actual enemy, but if you've seen the Apocalyptic Shadow, you know which enemy I'm talking about. Okay, us getting a Robin ult there is actually huge, so we can get even more damage and hopefully try to get a break here as well. Now, Fei Xiao is after Sunday right now, which does kind of suck because we do want to have them go before, but it is what it is. Can't really do too much about it. I am actually going to use Aventurine's skill just because of the way he's bugged right now, because I don't want these shields to break, because we do need to effect res both any kind of freezes from Cocolia and also imprisonment as well, which we do get frozen there, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, we're gonna get hit a bunch, so eventually he's gonna keep his shields up. We do love to see that. Yeah, once we break Cocolia, that's really all we'll need to get the win. Just because once that happens, we'll get a ton of damage in. All right, the shield's keeping us in here. We did get imprisoned on Fei Xiao, which also sucks, but it's not the end of the world since imprisonment isn't gonna completely hold me back. It's just annoying at the end of the day. All right, so we'll do that. Get Aventurine's follow-up here. And we're gonna get more of his follow-up too, which we do love to see, especially since Robin's shield is not looking good right now. Actually, she's not even gonna have a shield at all. That's actually not good. That's really not good. And we don't have enough to break yet, so we kind of just have to deal with this. Hopefully Robin doesn't die. Oh no, because we got another stack for Aventurine there, so we do love to see that. And Robin's back to full energy too, so we can just advance again and not waste any action order or waste any action value there. Okay, come on, Robin, just stay with me, Robin. Stay with me, Robin. Come on. All right. So ult again. Everyone getting debuffed right now because these shields are failing us. Man, they really hit the bug out of Aventurine. Like that's the one character they chose to have a bug on. I can't believe that. They really did him like that. All right, so Sunday is acting here. This is good because not only can we get his ult off to get the crit damage buff, but we also can show his cleanse. So we do love to see that. We're going to, all right, so here we're gonna skill and then we're gonna ultimate, and pretty much this is gonna be the fight because yeah, once we get the break on her, we can just do some pretty crazy damage and not have to worry about anything else, because one more ultimate from Fei Xiao and that's gonna be the fight here without a doubt. Actually, we might not even get to the ultimate depending on how much damage she wants to do. Yeah, look at all that damage she's doing. What a fun character Fei Xiao is, but Sunday definitely showing that he can make Fei Xiao work extremely well, even as a solo DPS. And a pretty decent score as well, 3610. And yeah, as I was saying before, yeah, I haven't even 3-starred yet for difficulty 4, so I'm gonna figure that out on my own. But in terms of Sunday's, performance, he performed pretty well overall. So let's jump into another fight here in another endgame mode. Let's see how he's going to perform on another comp. All right, next up, we are doing Pure Fiction. We went from Cocolia to her daughter, so now we're fighting Bronya. And pretty much similar comp here, except that we're using Himiko instead of Feishao. And yeah, I think a lot of Sunday's best comps are going to be with Robin. So it definitely is good to have both of them. But Himiko is definitely going to cook here because Pure Fiction is her home. She is just so good here. And I really hope that y'all, with the 5-star selector ticket we got, I hope y'all picked up Himiko, especially if you didn't have her. We're just going to auto because this team is able to sustain itself. Plus, the Aventurine bug shouldn't be as much of an issue here, just because you don't take that much damage in Pure Fiction compared to the other endgame modes. So that definitely is good here. So big thing with Himiko is getting these breaks, which she is going to be able to do, especially since I'm pretty sure everything in this stage does have a fire weakness. So we'll be able to get her follow-up attack up a lot. And also just having Robin with the advances as well is going to make this really fun for us. But yeah, overall, like, just to give my overall, opinion on Sunday from what we've seen so far and also what I've used of him so far over the past few days, the fact that he's performing super well, in my opinion, even without any like summon characters, once we get into the actual like remembrance like summons, I think those characters are going to be ridiculous with him. And I definitely am glad I pulled for Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to get his signature light cone, but I also feel like it's not one that he like needs. Like, is it really good? Of course, because it makes an SP positive and it gives an extra buff as well. But it's not one of those light cones that you like absolutely need, but it's just a nice upgrade to what he already has. But pretty much like a lot of the Harmony light cones can be good on him. So that is also good for Sunday. So you don't really have to go out of your way to get his signature light cone, but I feel like it's like a Ruan Mei kind of situation, right? Where Ruan Mei could work well without her signature, but if you have the signature, it's just a whole nother level. And also, I guess Robin is the same way too, but I don't have Robin's signature, so I can't really speak on that as much. Alright, so we're gonna get a good burst of damage here, and then Himiko's ult. And it really is crazy how, because I know power creep has been such a big topic in the Star Rail community, especially recently, with the HP inflation stuff, but it's crazy to see a character resist power creep as much as Himiko did with Pure Fiction. Because not only because it's one thing for them to release a mode where an old character is better because of what they do, right? That is one thing, but it's a whole other thing to where now people are using Himiko elsewhere, right? Like, I'm seeing people use like Super Break Himiko. I'm seeing people just using Himiko in other modes, which even before Pure Fiction came out and before more people started using her, people did not really care about using Himiko anywhere else. So it is kind of crazy in that sense. So Robin is CC'd right now, which really does suck. But yeah, hopefully we are using our ult on one enemy here, but I'd rather do that than get CC'd on anyone else. So we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. And Robin, all right, Robin's buff is not up right now, but hopefully she falls out of this outrage state soon. I actually don't remember how long that lasts for. Okay, those like smaller dudes, they are weak to fire, but it's fine. It's all good. And again, I just do Pure Fiction on auto, honestly, because for one, it is, well, right now it's my least favorite of the endgame modes. We'll see how it changes once we get the update to Pure Fiction. But secondly, it's at least for a video like this, it's nice to just be able to yap for a little bit and not worry about like what I have to do in the fight, because the AI is not perfect, but for Pure Fiction, it really isn't that serious. All right, we get Robin's skill back up, and we get her ult for the extra damage. Let's see how close we can get to that 30,000 here. Because getting 30,000 is always the goal, and if you can get it on auto, that's even better. Alright, so we'll get ult here as well. Let's hope we can get some breaks. Or I don't think we got a single break, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, so Himiko's going to have one more attack, it looks like here. So not quite 30k, but the fact that on auto, which is not always making the best choices, the fact that we're able to get, okay, Sunday not using his skill for some reason. All right, auto having a moment. Auto definitely having a moment there, but yeah, about 25k is not bad at all. And I definitely do think that if you manual play or have better investment in your Himiko than I do, which I've been kind of working on her, but if you have better investment in her, then, but even a better light cone, because I'm running a free-to-play one, I feel like you can get 30k pretty easily for that side. So yeah, that is Himiko for, not Himiko, it's Sunday for Pure Fiction. Similar kind of performance there, because we were on a similar kind of comp, but now we're going to go into MOC for the final fight, and we're going to use a bit of a different comp to show off Sunday. Alright, now we have our final showcase here for MOC, and I know you guys are seeing who I'm running here. We are running Seela. She's E0 S0 with a free-to-play light cone, but I have a pretty solid build on her, plus for Sunday's talent, which gives crit rate. She should be at a pretty solid crit rate, and we're running Fushuan as well. I think she'll actually reach over 100%, so she should be critting all the time with that, which is going to be very good for us. So yeah, we're running Seela, Sunday, Sparkle, and a Fushuan. Let me actually just make sure I got my light cone right. I do. We are running Dance 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 on Sparkle as well. And let's get right to it. We are doing MOC 11 as well, because this is where we do have a quantum weakness. Because if you're running Seela somewhere that doesn't have a quantum weakness, I don't know what you're doing. I just gotta keep it real. I just gotta keep it real. Alright, so right here, yeah, we're going to be relying on Fushuan to keep us alive. I am running Japard's signature on her as well, so she should have a bit more defensive power. Alright, so we're going to Sparkle buff Seela first. And I'll focus on the Silvermane guard here to get him out of the way before he starts doing his, like, counterattacks and whatnot. Alright, let's Sunday ultimate. We're also going to get a skill point back. Shout out to Bronya Light Cone. And here... Okay, here, you know what, Leah, let's ult first so we can get into the buff state, and then we'll skill afterwards. Let's see, how much are we going to hit for? 150, alright. Obviously not like a crazy amount, because we have characters doing some crazy damage nowadays, but for a character that came out, right when the game came out, it's not bad at all. We're also going to Sparkle ult here. That was another source of damage we were missing, so we could have gotten a bit more from that. And here with a skill, 110k with a skill is not bad at all. Alright, I'm actually going to hold off. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on Fushuan ult because I doubt she would kill, but we're not going to take any chances because I want Seela to get the last hit so we can actually proc Resurgence, because that is the most important part of Seela's kit here. And actually, I'm going to skill here and we're going to ult the other enemy here, because if we can one-shot, then we get another hit as well, which is really good. Yeah, 153k. We love to see that. I actually want to save a skill point here because I don't think we're like buffed by that much. And now Fushuan can finally ult. We do love to see Resurgence proc. It's honestly so rare nowadays to get that Resurgence proc, just because of the way enemies, once again, HP inflation, which I really need to make that video because it keeps coming up in conversation. I feel like there's more and more reasons to, bring it up, because I feel like you just can't deny it, right? You can't deny that a character like obviously having newer supports is definitely helping. And I am grateful for that as well. But even though, despite that, with the HP inflation, some of these older characters feel awful to run. Alright, 160k is also solid. We do love to see that. No Resurgence there because it changed waves. But now this fight is actually kind of fun with Seela because, sure, it's multi-target with the way that he spawns in the smaller bugs. But if Seela's able to get the kill on the smaller bugs, it's going to trigger that vulnerability debuff. And we're going to be able to see some better numbers from Seela onto the main swarm. But for that, I'm going to wait because I want to let the... Because we are going to take multiple cycles to get through a lot of this. So I do want to wait for the MOC buff to actually hit them and get them low enough so we can more easily trigger the Resurgence from them. And the debuffs do kind of suck here. Hopefully it doesn't get too crazy because sometimes from the swarm, it can get kind of crazy with the debuffs. Alright, so here we are just going to... I'm just going to try to get as much damage as possible on the first one here. Actually, I don't even know if we can kill the bugs from full HP with an ult, if I'm being honest. But I'm going to let them take a little bit of damage first from the from the MOC buff here. Also, let's reapply this for Fushuan. We're gonna get a skill point back for Sunday's skill, and then I don't think we get it back from this ultimate here because it's a set. Oh no, never mind, we did. Look at me not keeping track of how many times I'm ulting. Okay, here I'm actually going to basic attack because we're gonna need skill points. All right, honestly, not the damage, spread that I wanted from this, but we're actually gonna get Fushuan to hit them all here, which is nice, and give us a little bit of healing too, because that is always good to have in this fight. All right, so now let's. Okay, maybe an ultimate can kill the one on the left. So let's skill the main one here. Get the ultimate on this one, because if it kills, we can resurgence and get a break there as well. All right, perfect. We got that kill. And okay, Sparkle's getting close to her ultimate as well, which we do love to see. And Fushuan can, Fushuan could just use her basic attack. So we can skill here, get the break on the True Sting. Over 100k with the vulnerability, not bad, not bad. I also don't think we were very buffed there, so we could have gotten even more damage. Then Sunday gonna be SP neutral. We love to see that. And is this enough to kill? Let's see. Okay, it is enough to kill. Awesome. So we'll get even more vulnerability stacked up. Alright, gonna recover from the weakness break, but that's fine. I'm not worried at all. Honestly, the more of them that spawn in, the better. So we can get the more the vulnerability. Alright, so now let's have Sparkle advance us. And we'll also get those skill points back. And I can just seal an ult here, to be honest. But I try to pile on as much damage as I can on the main swarm here. 203k now with the vulnerability. We do love to see that. I believe it is going to reset too once we go into phase 2, but it's not the end of the world. We'll deal with it. Let's bring Ciela up and let's move into phase 2 here. All right, so we should probably only need maybe like a couple more cycles to get through this, but shouldn't be too bad. I need to focus on destroying the smaller bugs here, which they've all taken damage because of that MOC buff. Because this MOC buff, honestly, is pretty forgiving considering that the damage, because a lot of the like damaging ones like this would reset every cycle, but this one persists throughout cycles, so that's actually pretty forgiving overall. All right, so here I actually want to basic. If we can kill here, that'd be huge. Okay, we do. Nice, nice. So now we got vulnerability there. I am going to... Yeah, I'm going to skill, and I'm going to ult one of the other bugs, because now... Yeah, because if I do this, we're going to get extra vulnerability up as well, and again, an extra attack here too. So, we do love to see that. Oh, we actually got all of them. Okay, that's actually really good. That's actually really good. I'm going to basic just to... Yeah, I just want to basic just to make sure I have enough skill points here, because we need to reactivate this, and Sunday's going to have to use his skill as well. Although we got his ultimate up, so maybe we could have kept the... Maybe we could have skilled there, but it's not the end of the world. But we're actually at a really good spot here, because now we're going to skill, not enough for the ult, but all 12 of those hits are going to hit True Sting now. Very good. And now we are going to get Ciela's ult. She's not going to be able to skill, which sucks, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, we also have this dude here, which honestly really sucks to deal with, but maybe we'll kill before we get to that point. All right, so let's see how much damage we doing here. 221 with 4 vulnerability. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yep, then here, yeah, we're getting pretty close to the kill, to be honest, especially with how much, yeah, especially with all the vulnerability and also how many times this buff is going to hit. Also, let's just do Fushuan ult. Why not? Yeah, we have 12 hits there too, which is really good. Actually, we just got more because we actually got the break. And Ciela, I don't think she finishes this off here. Yeah, no, but I feel like the next hit should do it. Yeah, especially with all that extra damage there. Okay, we are gonna get hit with this. Hopefully it doesn't screw us over. Okay, cool. Fushuan's debuff resistance was still up. And how fitting we finish it out being buffed by Sunday. So as you can see, Sunday is pretty solid as a supporting character here. Oh, Seal didn't actually kill? Alright, you know what? All the good things I said about Sunday, out the window. He's trash. L character. But, yes, Sunday looking pretty solid. And remember, this is him without a summon character. Once we get into having summon characters, which I probably will end up pulling for, I feel like I might end up pulling for Aglaya in 3.0 just to make sure I get a summon character. But regardless of which summon characters come out, as long as I can benefit from Sunday's buffs, Sunday is going to be really good for a long time. So to go over the build here, for Sunday, I'm rocking him at nearly 217% crit damage. We have 136 speed. I wanted to run hyperspeed Sunday, or at least try to, but I didn't have enough speed, so I just opted for close to 134. And I can kind of just mix and match pieces as I need them for different like speed thresholds. I'm running Bronya's Light Cone at S1 here for the extra energy regen and the skill point regeneration as well, and also the extra damage buff on the ally use skill. I mean, for other Light Cone options, you can pretty much run, Dance, you can run, obviously very niche situations, Planetary Rendezvous could probably work. You can run Past and Future as well, since the ally use skill will also be the next acting ally, so definitely a few solid options for him as well. Price wise, I got him maxed out where he needs to be. All his support is at the max. Just his basic attack that's not leveled up, but who cares about Sunday's basic attack, right? Then for relics, running the 4-piece Sacerdos set and 2-piece Lushaka, because we're getting some extra energy regen from that, and also increasing the first attacker's, or the first character in the team's attack. And for Sacerdos, we get speed from it, plus we get an extra crit damage buff onto the ally that we skill or ultimate. So, and you can stack it up to 2 times, which is really nice. Then here, just to show off the pieces, pretty solid speed on some of them, but then I opted for some better crit damage pieces overall for the build, just to make it as good as possible for me to go forward. And I mean, obviously some of these pieces aren't that great, like this energy regen rope's not that great, so he could have even more crit damage and could be doing even better, but this build is honestly a pretty solid spot for him. And of course I have my E0, nothing crazy there. So that is the Sunday endgame gauntlet. Let me know what you all think about him as a character, but I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed and want to see more content from me, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And with that, I will see you all next time.